Welcome to Cue the Real. I'm your host, Lindsay Brand. I manifested the life of my dreams and was living the high life until I was fired in the middle of a health crisis. That moment flipped everything and rewrote my life. Through my journey, I found my way back to a different high life, one deeply aligned with what I truly desire. I've learned how to navigate stuck spaces, and now I'm here to show you how to turn life's chaos into opportunity. Welcome back to the show, and a special hello to our new listeners joining us. This is the first recording I'm doing since coming back from my psilocybin retreat, and I'm still sitting with what I saw and learned in that incredible journey. I'm hoping to put out content surrounding that experience once things settle in my mind. Turns out after a psilocybin experience, the brain basically hits reset. And for a few days, the usual patterns that keep you looping in old thoughts go offline and new ones start forming fast. It's like the mind is soft clay and able to reshape how you see yourself and the world. And that window of plasticity can last for weeks. And I am for sure feeling those effects, only being 4 days after. So more to come on what I figure out around that journey. And that kind of reset changes more than your brain. It shifts how you move through your life. Things start to feel different. And I've realized I haven't really talked about what happens when everything you've been manifesting starts showing up. You're living in what you once dreamed about, but it doesn't feel the way you thought it would feel. It's not bad, it's just unfamiliar. This is the part I don't hear very many people talk about. The integration of it all. The moment you look around and have what you wanted and now are living in what you've built. That's what we're getting into today. How to stay aligned when life finally matches your vision and why the stillness that follows is part of your expansion. Let's cue the real. When things start aligning, there's this subtle shift that can catch you off guard. You've been focused, you've been intentional and doing the inner work to live in harmony with your vision, and then it's here. You're standing inside the reality you once imagined, but the energy feels different. There's a pause, like your body and mind are taking time to adjust to the new frequency you're living in. That pause could easily be misinterpreted as a loss of momentum. But what it really is integration. It's your system learning how to hold this level of alignment without any effort. And it's often where your next level of clarity starts from. Manifestation moves in waves. It's not a constant upward trajectory. The pause matters because expansion doesn't happen all at once. It's not meant to. Energy moves in waves. There's creation and then there's calibration. That space between movement is what allows you to stabilize what you've called in. You don't worry if the waves at the beach are going to come back out after they go in. It's a natural push and pull of the ocean. This pause is where your energy learns the shape of your new reality. It's where you start to sense the contrast of what still feels out of tune and what wants to evolve next. Without this space, everything would just blur together. You'd be moving so fast that you'd miss the clarity that comes from standing still. In manifestation, this stillness is the recalibration point. It's where your frequency adjusts before the next expansion begins. You're sinking deeper into alignment so that the next desire arises from clarity. When you honor this phase, your growth becomes intentional and you can start trusting the rhythm of expansion and rest, creation and reflection. That's how manifestation becomes sustainable and how it keeps feeling real. So what do you do when you're in this space? You don't rush to fill it. You stay close to yourself. This phase is about observation, not action. The more you notice what feels true in this new reality, the more your energy refines itself. This is the time to pay attention to what feels nourishing and what drains you. You might be called to slow your routine, to move differently, to simplify your life in some way. Sometimes that looks like spending more time alone. Sometimes it looks like reconnecting with what actually inspires you without the pressure to make it productive. When you stop trying to maintain the pace that got you here, You make space for your new frequency to settle. That's what alignment looks like at this stage. Being fully present in what's here instead of searching for the next thing to manifest. This is also where your next vision starts to appear. It comes through resonance. When your energy is clear and rested, new desires appear naturally. The pause isn't empty. I like to think of it as creation exhaling, right before you take your next breath. So if you find yourself in that in-between space right now, let it be. The pause means your energy is doing exactly what it's meant to do, finding balance inside a new reality. You've already done the work. Now you're living it. Every manifestation asks for that moment of quiet before the next chapter. Let yourself breathe there. Let yourself see what's real now that the vision has formed. That awareness alone keeps you in alignment for whatever comes next. And that next step will show up when you're ready for it. Thanks for listening to Cue the Real and showing up for yourself today. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might be in their own pause right now. And if you haven't yet, follow the show so you don't miss what's coming next. Remember, stay aligned and keep creating from the truth of who you really are. Until next time.